as you can see, if you follow me from my streams, I don't have crosshairs on right now because I deleted them because I want to do it brand new so you guys can see it. So the first thing I'm going to do is close out, and we'll close out of everything so you guys can see every step of the way. First place you're going to want to go is the Google Play Store, and you're going to type in Material Q for those of you that can't see it. Materialcue. Now it's not on here because I already downloaded it. So I'll close this out and show you that the icon for Material Q is this blue one. I guess I can't click on it, but it's the blue one if you wanted to pause it or take a look down at the bottom. It's the third one in that bottom row, not all the way down at the bottom. So once you got that downloaded, you can ignore that for the moment. And what you're going to need to do is open up Facebook. This is how I do it. There might be a better way to do it, but this should at least get you started. You're going to want to join a group called Golf Clash Grids, Android only. Now, I'm already a member there, but they'll ask you a couple questions and they should accept you. This is an amazing site, a lot of very helpful people, and I can't say enough good things about it. Now that I'm in the group, what I want to do is at the very top right, you'll see a magnifying glass. When I click on that, I'm going to want to enter what I'm playing on. This particular tablet is a Galaxy S7 tablet. And then if there's different versions, like a Pro or a Max or, big, small, whatever, you're going to want to put that in as well. The reason for that is because different screens have different aspect ratios. And if you just download any grid that you see and it's not specifically for your device, you run the chance of having issues in terms of the lines that you're seeing on the screen right now not lining up perfectly. And here we'll take a look at this first one. It's actually very interesting. This one's by J. Ryan Anderson, December 14th, 2021. I don't think I've seen this one. One thing you will see is all this code, and it can be very overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be, and I'll show you in a moment why. Yes, tons and tons of code. I'm just going to choose this one. There's a couple things on it that I'm going to like, and there's a couple things on it that I might get rid of, and that's the cool thing too. You might be like, ooh, this is a really cool grid, but I don't want this, that, and the other. Well, that's not a big deal, and I'll show you how and why. So the first thing I want to do is, starting at win dial, well, it's just this copy text. I'm not totally familiar with everything, but we want to copy all that text because we don't want to type all that stuff out. Then we're going to go to a Material Q, and the very last green box, the lighter green, says Add Overlay. I'm going to click on that. Title, we'll call this Golf Clash 22 because it's, I almost said 1922 while I'm making this. It's 2022. And then what I want to do is paste it. So now all that code that we just saw is pasted here. But remember, at the very top, where we want to start is where the code starts. Where the code starts is where those two slashes are. And it says win dial. So I'm going to delete everything before win dial. Now, win dial, I don't believe, is actually part of the code. I think it's there. It doesn't interfere with anything, but for dummies like me, it lets me know that this information, this line of code is for the win dial. So if I don't want a win dial, I just scroll down until I see the next piece. Okay, so we're seeing like 1 ring OP, 2 rings OP, 3 rings OP. So every part of this code is in here. So I already scrolled a little bit too far down. If I didn't want the win dial, all I need to do is find everything that has to do with win dial and delete it. I want the win dial. So I would start right here and I would just backspace up all the way, and that would eliminate the win dial. Let's find something I don't really want. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to hit the check mark. Golf Clash 22 is now on the screen. We see that, right? Okay, so now we have our grids up, and I'm going to open up the game. We aren't going to need Facebook anymore. Now there is a pinned comment. If you updated to the new Android, the newest Android that just came out a couple weeks ago, I believe it was late January. I'll leave a link in the description on how to get this to work for you. And it worked before this update, but then there's like a 13 step, but they hold your hand through it, all 13 steps on that website. As a matter of fact, let me show you that real quick. I know I'm jumping around back and forth, but I think this is important. Magnifying glass, Android only. And then it's not pinned anymore, but they had a pinned comment that what happened is they released a new security feature on Android products, and this video is for Android only, in case I haven't said that. I don't think I did. And upon doing that, they made it so you, like, the bottom screen froze. It's like there's layers. We got the grid on top, we got the game right underneath. So all we need to do is right here. Mike Mayo on January 23rd posted the message, wireless Android 12 material queue fix. This is not a video about that, but these are steps that you're going to have to go through. You know, actually here, what I'll do is I will close out material queue. And if you want to pause it instead of looking for this message, this gives you everything you know. But I highly recommend you look for this message because you may have questions. And as you can see, there are 75 comments. I would go through reading the comments because maybe someone already answered your question. I know I'm going off in a different direction, but this is very important for new material queue users. So here, what I want to do now is I want to find that instantly. So if I want to find that instantly, what I want to do here is, okay, so it's called Android 12 Material Queue Fix. If we just go up here, instead of putting what our Galaxy is, we could just put in Android 12. Probably don't even got to put Material Queue. Let's just see if we could put Fix in. And then search for that, and then boom, the very first thing at the top is that same article I just showed you. So I highly recommend you do it that way instead of endlessly scrolling, and you know, it'll walk you through everything that you need to go through. There is a $3 or $4 program that you have to buy. It's a one-time payment through the Apple Play Store, so it is legit. It's not, you know, someone trying to hack your bank account. You might be able to find another way to do it on YouTube. I didn't want to mess with all that. I trust these guys. I bought the little part. You know, I mean, in all, if you pay for Golf Clash Notebook and then you pay for Material Queue, you're spending $8 and you have it forever. It's not like $8 every month or anything. It's $8 one-time fee. So let's get out of Facebook now. Open up Material Queue again, which I named Golf Clash 22, so it's nice and easy to find. And then we want to open the game. So now I'm looking here and I'm like, you know, do I really need those two blue lines at the top? I'm sure there is a good reason to have them there. But I don't know what it is. And if I don't know what it is, I'm not going to use it, right? So we're going to get rid of the 2 blue lines. And then another thing, which you might have to look kind of close, maybe if you're watching on a TV or something, you'll notice that my center line that goes all the way from the top down to the bottom of the screen has a 0, a 25, a 50, a 75, and a 100. What that is that's a ruler. And I would direct you to Jared A's channel to learn Endbringer School. That's the name of the video, Endbringer School, and Rough Iron School, I think it might be called, or look up Jared A's channel, some amazing things. But because I have that ruler in the middle, I also have that ruler all the way on the right side. So right now, you're already good. You're set up to play. What you do is you go and you play a game, and you make sure that everything's lined up. You see down at the bottom by my ball, I have numbers that'll tell me when I'm at 3 top spin, when I'm at 7 top spin. For someone like me, that's important because I literally would count. Okay, this one's 6 top spin. Crap. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really quick, I'd say it in my head. Now I see there's a 5 and a 7 and there's a dash in between them. So I would just do that. Another thing I'm going to want to do then is go back into Material Queue, go inside the code, which I'm not 100% sure. There we go. Edit. Okay, so how did I get there? I clicked on the 3 dots next to that square for edit, and and then edit is the second choice down. Now you might be like, you don't even know how to do this. Well, this is where I explain my best when I'm newer at something, because once I get good at it, there's just certain steps I'll expect you to know, and it happens to everyone. So we want to get rid of those 2 blue lines, and we also want to get rid of the ruler on the right hand side. So let's see, we want to keep the wind dial, we want to keep the clock, and if you're wondering what I'm looking at, very top wind dial, and then now at the very top it says clocks. So we're going to keep those, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through this code looking for, I don't know what those 2 blue lines are called, but I'm looking for 2 things. Number 1, you'll notice right where the second blue line is at the top, it says text color black. Well, every line of code that creates a line is going to have a color. So one clue, nothing else on here is blue. So one clue would be look for the color blue. That would delete that. The other ruler, all the way over on the right hand side there, that should be labeled ruler. So let's just scroll down. Dashes around the dial. Obviously we want to keep that. Wind arrow left. 1, 2, 3. Yes, wind arrow center. We want all that. This is still dealing with that clock up at the top, I believe. Now we're finally into overpower lines. And the overpower lines is down at the bottom where you see those dotted lines going out in a V shape. You'll see there's a line that goes all the way across that kind of connects it. And then there's like 5 solid black lines right below it. Those are the overpower lines. We definitely want to hold on to those. Top horizontal blue line. I don't know what that is. Okay, never mind. Everything with the pull line is going to be what we want. It's below those dotted lines. So 1 ring OP, half curl. We want to do all that. We want the spin helpers. Now, the last one I had, the spin helpers lined up perfectly with my top spin and back spin, but it didn't line up perfectly with my side spin. So I just deleted the side spin. And if that's an issue, I'll do that again here. But we shouldn't have issues because we looked for S7 code. I'm scrolling to try to find either something that is the color blue or the ruler. We're going to delete both. Spin numbers. We want the spin numbers. I like how everything is labeled there. So we're going to keep the spin numbers. That should let us scroll a little bit more. Here we come to 2% slide ruler on right. So let me scroll up a little to see, okay, pull box. Right now we are looking for the side ruler. We want to get rid of the side ruler because we already have the ruler right in the middle of the screen. And I like that one better because it serves two purposes. And I think that's just it. It's just named 2% slide ruler on right. And I am going to scroll down until it no longer says, okay, there we go, center slider 25. I don't want to delete too much. If you do delete too much, you just repaste the code and start over. So we just highlighted that. I'm going to hit the back button, which is right below, or I could just hit delete. Now that I deleted it, what did that get rid of? Our ruler's still there. And both rulers are still there. So what exactly did we get rid of? I don't know. Maybe we got to restart the program. There it is. Okay, we got rid of the ruler on the right. Perfect. So that's what you need to do. You need to retap this, and you need to retap what you're on. And now I don't have a ruler on that side anymore. I'm happy with just having that ruler in the middle. Now those two blue lines don't bother me that much, but I want to see if there is a way to remove them. So I'm going to hit the three dots, go to edit. One thing you might want to do if you're going to make a lot of changes is you're going to want to copy this code after every successful change that you make. You're going to want to copy it again. So that way, if you screw up your code later after you already made 6 successful changes, you don't have to make your 7th, screw something up that you didn't want to screw up, and then have to start from the beginning. So just as an example, I'll do it here for you. Make sure we get every hash mark, you know, every single symbol that's in here. We're going to scroll down to the bottom all the way to the end, and then we're just going to hit copy. Now, if we make a mistake and we have to recopy everything, we can easily it'll show it without that ruler on the side. Some people prefer the ruler on the side. I'm not telling you that the ruler on the side was bad. I just want to try it without. So in scrolling up, I'm trying to see what that might be named. See, here we go, backspin numbers, text, color, green. And as we can see, the spin on this, it's probably hard to see right now. You'll be able to see it better when I have the game open. I'll play a quick game and show you how it works and make sure everything's aligned. We don't want to get rid of that, but like, remember how I said before, we're looking for the color blue as kind of a clue that those are the two lines we want to delete, because I don't know what they do. If I knew what they did, I could make a better determination. But right now I want as few lines as possible because it's just cluttering up my screen. I'm not going to have a use for it at this time. Pull line, center line. Okay, here we go. And a lot of times we can get clues. So what is it called? Wind angle reference lines. Okay, so now I know what they are. They're right here in the middle. I'll highlight them so you can see them with me. I'd rather put this here. Okay. And actually, I'll highlight all of what I'm about to delete. So what I'm deleting is the wind angle reference lines. I don't know how to use them. I see the arrows pointing straight up and down or whatnot, and I make my adjustments that way. So right now I'm hoping to get rid of those two blue lines at the top of the screen. All I'm going to do is hit the delete button, and because all I did was highlight, I didn't copy. So if I made a mistake, it should still be there. I'm going to hit the check mark button, and then we're going to hit that Golf Clash 22, and hopefully those two blue lines will disappear. And they did. So now I'll open it up on the game. You can see things a little bit clearer here. And because of that, we are in good shape. This is the grid lines that I want. Now I just need to make sure everything lines up. I need to make sure the wind arrow is actually in that little kind of squared off U shape in the middle of that clock. I need to make sure that all these lines down here at the bottom line up with the ball. I need to make sure that these, not the curl lines, but the top spin lines and side spin lines add up. And honestly, looking at right now, it does not look like the side spin lines are on center. If you look down at the home button, you'll see that the lines look like they're moved to the left a little too much. They're not right where they could be. I'm sure there's a way to fix this, but side spin, the maximum side spin you can have is 5. So I don't really have that hard of a time. The most I use is generally 3. So the bottom lines don't mean much to me, but I can already tell, just because that line is in the absolute center of the screen, but it's showing down right on top of the home button, that's the right curl button. So I know it's offset to the left. Is there a way to fix that? I'm sure there is, but I just would rather get rid of it. And we can kind of tell here, see, it's on the white. That is the left curl over here to the left, and that is the right curl right under that center line. Those little hash lines, there's 5 of them, 1 on each side, or 5 on each side. You can clearly see just from here that it's off center. So it could be a thing with my tablet, I don't know. But sometimes little things like this happen. So now what we're looking for is side spin guidelines, and we're going to just delete them. I had the same problem on the one before. Again, it could be something that I'm doing wrong. See, it says wind arrow. I'll put it at the very top. Wind arrow, left 1. Those are the things I'm looking at. I want to see where it says, okay, now it says horizontal, no OP centered line. Don't need that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings OP. Don't need that. Spin helpers. Here we go. Left spin half dash. Okay, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to highlight from here. And we want to take out all the code. So from the 2 dashes on the spin helpers, and then we're going to scroll down until we go into something else. See, top spin. We want to keep the top spin and the back spin. We just want to get rid of the side spin. Right spin, half dash. Not sure. Okay, so the left spin we want to get rid of, and the right spin. He has it as 2 different types of code. Now, if I did this right, all I'll have to do is hit the delete button, hit the check mark, and then when we hit Golf Clash 22, those 5 lines down at the bottom of the screen should disappear. Let's see if I did it right. Boom, they're gone. Okay. So this is how you set up a grid. Now when I play, just to start from the beginning, when I play, what I do first is I open up Material Queue, I hit Golf Clash, and then I minimize it. Then I go into my Golf Clash notebook, I click on Wind Assist. You don't have to use both together. I put it in a spot that I kind of like, and I lock it. Then the next thing to do is actually open the game of Golf Clash. And I also use Shootout guides, which aren't even going to pertain anymore because they changed the courses. I believe yesterday I saw a good video. BK Golf Clash, or Ben Kennedy's YouTube channel, just announced that. So we're going to go in here pretty much blind. Let's make sure we have the right bag. We don't. We want our main bag. I generally play the first shot at 10%, although that might change. We're going going to play a quick one-on-one, and the purpose for this one-on-one is just to see everything lines up. It's not a matter of if I win, if I lose, I might go into the rough. That would be my fault. All I'm looking for is these lines being straight in gameplay. Winning or losing this, or hitting a bad ball because I didn't hit perfect, has nothing to do with the grid. So let's play a quick game here. And this one matters. You know, I could actually open up Golf Clash Tommy. Let's see, if we go to guides and shootouts, let's see if he updated his website yet. Nope, that's not me. I'm in Tour 10. And he did. Okay, so I don't know how to play all of these perfectly. I need to relearn them, but at least I can click at Golf Clash Tommy's, golfclashtommy.com. I can click on the shootout that I'm going to get, and it'll tell me the elevation. So it'll give me somewhat of an idea.
Great shot.
So now, can you see really good? 100, 75, 50, 25, 0. What you want to do is you want to zoom out and you want to line those up when you need to make a certain shot. If I have enough time, I'll show you. I might not because I'm not overly clear. Okay, I'm familiar with this course. With the strong side wind, I give myself a little more room for error. Okay, so see how the topspin is lining up just perfect? That's 6, right in between 5 and 7. So I'm really happy with that. 8.9 is our wind, so it's a 7.9 adjustment. Oops. Well, the rock kind of screwed us up a little. Here, I'm going to zoom out real quick. Well, this is as far as it'll let me zoom, but if I put that on 0 and were to go to a... I don't have enough time. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I can show you on one of the other shots. But basically, you want to zoom out when you need to know what percentage you're using. Ooh, glitch roll. I mean, it might have been my fault. I should have used a little less topspin, but whenever it speeds up instead of bouncing, you know you're going to get a glitch roll. But so far, these lines, they all add up very, very nicely. It's very close to the setup I had before, but I got this ruler here in the middle, which I kind of like. I think there's a different one too. You see how I have 2 lines going across? I think there's one with 4 lines going across, and each one represents 25%. Not 100% sure. I kind of like this one. It's going to take time for me to get used to it. I believe the incoming shot is 0%. I'm not certain. So, oh, I got a sniper in here. This is actually where I would need it really badly. So let's see, we're going to stretch this out to max. And if we were using if we were going to use this, what we'd do is we'd want to put the one end here, and then we'd want to zoom in until one end is at 100 and one end is at 0. Again, I'm not perfect with this. We want to go to the middle of the target, right there. And then if it were here, that's 75%, 50%, whatnot. I'm running out of time. I still need to win this game. So 5, 6, we'll assume it's right up there. And as long as I can make the green, I'll be happy. So it looks like all the lines are adding up. Kind of happy I missed the fairway. Not happy I went into the rough. I was too busy to show you guys how to use that middle ruler when I should have been just taking my shot, because this isn't a video about that. And I might change that. I might go with the ruler on the right hand side. I don't know. Or I might get used to this center ruler. This is the first time I'm using a ruler ever. So kind of let you know. And I don't like using too much time, but well, again, take this out to max. and then put this on 0, and then we want the target on 100. There we go. That tells us that it looks like the hole is under 25%. We're going to play at 15%. As a matter of fact, we're probably not even going to play any wind because we're so close. Of course, we got texture here. I'm just going to bump it to the left and hope for the best because we're so close.
Perfect shot.
I was not expecting to hit perfect. I'll take it. So everything seems to be set up really well. We're going to go to a shootout here. Hopefully I can recognize it and go second because I'm not used to many of these. Okay, actually here's one that I normally play. This is 30%, but 30% from where? Right here we're at about minimum distance. I think the 30% is like up here. So we're actually gonna see with curl and everything how close we can get. I'm sure we're gonna lose this. It's our first game with the new shootouts. Put this up to 30%, 8.8. This tells me we're near max or at max, so we're gonna go 11.7, the full amount. That's 10, 11.7. Something's telling me I should have put one less or one more backspin on. We were way far off to the right. Again, I don't have the proper notes here, even though this hole has been on here. I kind of just played this by feel rather than looking at actual notes that I have for par 3s. But again, the main thing that I want to see is that the wind needle and everything lines up into those squares. And honestly, it doesn't look like it. Well, okay, from this view, it looks like it lines up perfectly.
Perfect shot.
It's supposed to be like a cup, and it'll contain the bottom part of your arrow to help you aim more perfect.
Nice on.
And of course we lost because I screwed that up. But I just want to double check here real quick the replay to make sure. I think I would have noticed if it was way off, but I just let's see here. We used it for the shootout, so we'll watch our shootout again. I'm going to pay close attention to make sure that the arrow fits at the top, because that's the only thing I have left to really test. And see, as we turn it, it does fit right into that groove. The bottom of the arrow is on that bottom of the line, and then the bottom of the top part of the arrow where it juts out is even with the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock. So that's set up perfectly. Everything looks amazing here. I'm very happy with this. We turn it. See, now everything's lined up. Helps us hit perfect. We kind of had a 1201 pull. A little bit there. Everything looks good. So that's how you set the grid lines up. I hope this has been helpful. If it has been, please leave a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. I try to read all comments, and if I can be of any help, please let me know. And that's pretty much all I got. So thank you so much for watching, and once again, I hope this helps. If you have any technical questions, please go to the Facebook group that I showed you. I will share a link in the description, and that's all I got. Thanks for watching.